Everybody loves mushrooms. Your parents loved them in the 70s, and you should love them today. This is mud water. It's all...
Hey George, how's it going? Thanks for stopping by. Just doing a quick practice, talking about a couple things. Yeah, I hope that music's not too loud. And you can hear me okay? Because I'm on headphones. I'm not sure how the audio sounds. All right, so I guess I'll start here. I'm just gonna do some tosses and practice a little, and I'll talk a little bit about some questions I got on some other live streams, um, and address those questions. Kind of give you this angle of how I'm shooting and from where. Obviously, stick left one, and I need to make sure you guys can see the dice when I pull them up here. Okay, cool. Thanks, George. So, yeah, dice are right there. You can see me shoot. You can see the ATS, my bankroll. Yeah, I guess I'll just put my bankroll up here for right now. Doing the 3-5-3-1, the 3V set. Hard four. All right. Little red dies on the left and the blue dies on the right. Four, three, seven. That landed short. Stretch out a little bit. Like calisthenics doesn't hurt anybody. Beautiful day. Do some practicing. Here in a couple minutes, I'll kind of just go into my rant. Right in that bowl, 527. Definitely not trying to hit that 7. So throwing that 3V set yesterday was good once I got in a rhythm. Um, I haven't thrown a day yet, so I need to warm up again, do those light calisthenics, do some arm stretches, and try and get in a rhythm of where I'm landing these dice and making sure that they're landing where I want them to. I think I can show that here. This is kind of where, right in between these two blue chips is where I'm kind of trying to land, about 4 or 5 inches, maybe from the back wall. So again, I'm not tracking any of these throws. I'm just kind of, that was too close to the back wall. Up and right, but that was a 415. Not betting it. I'm going to start betting in a moment. After I do a couple tosses here, just to practice here. That was too short. They rolled. They got to run. They were both runners. They're trying to get to that back wall, 628. Using a 3V set. 3-5, 3-1. That was perfect. They landed on the corner and they popped over to the right. They hit and then stop, which is good. But we don't want to hit that corner of the dice to make them pop right or left. They pop right, I mean, I have the right wall to stop them. But if they pop left, then normally the right dice stays because it hits the back wall and stays on the table. The left one, if it pops left, if it doesn't hit that back, it's going to pop left and roll for an hour to the left until it stops, and that's a random roll. Don't want that. All right, about 4 more minutes, and then we'll go ahead and start. Again, if you just joined, thank you. If you're watching, appreciate it. Give that like button, thumbs up, subscribe if you have not. Appreciate it. That was perfect. It hit the chip. Hit the chip. It was a 415. So the first couple of throws were 7s, which is not good. So I'm kind of warming up. As I do with all my practices, I like to stretch my arms. And that was a 415 that was short, didn't even hit the back wall. That's important when you're practicing, is making sure that, number one, you have a landing spot of where you want those dice to go, and you have to adjust your throw to that. Those variations are very, very small, and it's difficult when you're starting off. As I did when I started off, I wasn't even focusing on a landing spot. I was more focused on the grip. Ace deuce. That was a perfect throw. Look at that. Ace deuce. Start off with just the grip. Not even throwing the dice for a good while. Gotta practice that grip. You don't have a good grip, then you don't even know what your dice are going to do after they're leaving your hand. And right here where I'm throwing from is going to be stick left 1. It just depends on the length of the table that you're playing on. Stick left 1 is still far away if you're on a 14-foot table. On a 12-foot table, it's about 8 feet. Oh, that was perfect. Landed on the chip. That was how good that throw was. 5-3-8. So, not bad at all. Yeah, you are right, George. I think that it's probably safe to say that any dice that you do requires you to stay on axis um, and be consistent. So it doesn't matter what dice that you use, honestly. If you're trying to get a specific result, which is already hard in itself, you need to have the right grip and you need to have the right toss with the right velocity. You can't have them throwing them too hard because then you'll just get mixed results if you can't be consistent at that. So, but it looks like we're about to start. I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit before I start tossing. Just have a couple things I wanted to mention about what I do when I do a practice session. Um, some people asked in previous videos about what do I do when I'm practicing and how do you know you're practicing correctly. There's a lot of videos out there. So the first thing is grip. You have to make sure that you're gripping that consistently the same way every single time. There's different grips, there's different tosses. The one I focus on is the on par, just the three fingers on the back of the dice and the thumb halfway down the middle and the back. So it's a very simple grip. And I've incorporated a little backswing, but I just go straight back. I don't go up. It doesn't feel natural to me. A lot of great dice tossers do that little pickup in the back, and I think George is watching. He's one of those people that does that. And I've tried it. I just can't get consistent at it. It's not my bag, baby. So what I've done is I've incorporated just a straight back and then a straight forward toss to be able to make sure that those dice are going straight. And on my table, it may be different on the table at the casino where you're on the pass line and you're tossing back and forth and you use the pass line to draw that straight line. On my table, here on the number 4 is kind of where it's exactly 8 feet. So if I'm on a 12-foot table and I'm stick left one, then I'm on the don't pass. That D in this 4 is exactly 8 feet. That's exact amount of feet where that actual dice should be landing towards the back wall. So knowing that here on this table, it's just about adjustment when you go to the casino. I have a local casino. It's local, but it's 2 hours away. And I know stick left one is exactly right here for me, and that's the distance. So little adjustments here and there when you get there still. And I think the whole premise behind this practice and going live is just to talk a little bit about adjustment because I believe that since I've been doing this for 3 years now, I've advanced kind of to each level of what needs to be done when you go to the craps table. George, again, who's here, who popped in, thank you very much. But he has a great video on the basics and the mechanics of how you should be practicing and what needs to be what thoughts need to be involved when you're actually throwing the dice and you're doing a practice. And that goes from everything from the mentality. You have to have you have to be focused. Your body, how is your body positioned? How does it move when you're doing a toss? There's a lot of great mechanics that he goes over, and I'm not going to beat that dead horse. You can go watch his channel. He does have a lot of great channel videos on some of those mechanics. Um, let's see here. A little later, I'm going to switch angles. I'm going to go to this side, and I'll move the camera a little closer so you can see how the dice are landing. Again, if you have questions, put them in the comments, and I'll kind of pop in and out to see if there's any questions in regards to that and where they should be landing. And then talk a little bit about a strategy. There are two strategies that I really use. One is one that I made up, and it's basically just the hit it and quit it. 4 rolls and you're done. I consistently can do 4 rolls. Yes, PSOs are there. They happen, and I'm not God, so I can't control that. But consistently, what I've been noticing is that I can do four hits. So you'll see that strategy, the 4 hit and out. And then I have the $50 Don't Come, and that incorporates some come bets. It doesn't have to incorporate come bets, but it's basically a don't come so that I can hedge any place bets that I have, and then I'll strategically again you know, press some of these hits. Just and it really depends. Again, it's a strategy that you have to go with the strategy in mind. However, you have to be able to think on the fly. You have to be able to adjust on the fly. What are your dice doing? Are you feeling good about your toss? Did you point seven out, or did you do two tosses and then seven out? The previous two sessions, you have to kind of see and adjust on the fly what is going on at that table at that very time. It's good to have a strategy in mind, but I don't solely rely on it and stick to it, you know, by the T every single time and just go by that strategy and not adjust. I have to adjust. It has to be done. So I'll kind of go to, do that. Um, my wins versus losses. I mean, since I've been playing, I can't tell you whether I'm up or down. I'm probably down. However, it's steadily improved. Um, the last time I was at Albuquerque, I lost 200 of my $300 bankroll. So I didn't walk away penniless. I still kept 100. The time before that, it was in Ruidoso, and that went okay. I took 300. I think I bought in only one or 200, and I was up 100 when I left. So I didn't lose money that session. And it was uh, over, you know, an hour or two, 3 hours at the table one night, and maybe an hour the next day. I'm not quite sure. I didn't write it down. Um, is it good to know what your bankroll is at that table when you're playing? Yes. The grand scheme of things, I'm not going to go back, you know, oh, 3 years I've been playing and I'm down 200 or I don't keep track of that kind of stuff. So that, you know, I take that money and if I lose it, that's entertainment. That's not, you know, something I need to keep to pay bills or anything. But yes, bankroll management again is very important when you're at the table. I've seen it now because I didn't used to do it. I never used to look at my bankroll. I never used to know how much I'm in and how much I'm up or how much I'm down. But definitely does help to do that. So knowing how much you have after a session, count how much you're up, how much you're down. Figure out your next strategy because again, that has to be done on the fly. You can't go in with the mindset of having one strategy, playing it the whole time, and then leaving, and then see what happens. I adjust. I can't be set to one thing because at the tables things are dynamic. Like you're practicing at home, everything's fine and dandy, but when you get to the casino, there's a lot of distractions. There's a lot of again dynamics that are happening around you that you can't control that may distract you, may lose your focus. So depending on how the dice are going and how the game's going, you know, that's what I'm gonna do at that time and make a decision on what strategy to use. And um, also on top of that is what is your stop loss and what is your stop win? Like you won $100, $200, cool. You're good to go for the next time you come to the casino. If you're down $100 or down $200, what does that stop loss look like? For me, it was that $100. So I had $300 bankroll, lost the 200 in Albuquerque. Just it wasn't happening. Nothing. I couldn't even get anything going on the freaking bubble craps for crying out loud. So it was a definite sign that it just wasn't going to happen. I didn't push myself. Came back with 100. You know, I'll save it for next time. But definitely have that in mind on when you want to leave, whether you're down or up. So, like I mentioned, my magic number is four. Like I can do 10 rolls. That's, you know, here and there. But for sure, if I go up to a table and if I'm going to play, I know that I can do four rolls at least. So I go with that mentality of what am I going to do starting off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now and practice and kind of show you guys what I do. It's a couple of questions that have been asked in the previous videos. So I kind of want to go over that and just kind of help everybody understand what I do. It doesn't work for everybody. It's not everybody's strategy. You may say, oh, well, he should have pressed this number at this time. And, well, you know, you can't predict what's going to come up next. I just go with the flow, you know, make my adjustments and try and come out ahead. ATS is not available at Ruidoso, my local casino, so I really don't play ATS. I'll keep track of the numbers that I'm hitting. But all in all, it's, you know, not relevant. It's just what's happening at that time. So the first thing I'm going to do is just cut myself the $300. So it's 100, and then we got 200 in green, and obviously we do fast line. and then I'll just kind of throw that first roll. I won't set up anything else. And again, I'll start with a 3V set. I don't think I mentioned that. I'll change the dice set. You have to. Like, if you want to do one dice set and you're throwing consistently 10 rolls, 7 rolls, I mean, that's not bad. If you're doing 2, 3 rolls and then 7, and then, the next time around you point 7 out, obviously there's something with the way you're throwing on that specific table that you need to change the dice set. Me personally, I know exactly what my dice are doing, and I can tell you right now, the left or the right pop out or in one. Like it never fails that I see, like, okay, what happened on that last roll? And I'm like, okay, well, this one popped out. This one popped right when it went out. So if I start seeing that they're doing something different, then I'll have to change the dice set so that I can avoid hitting a 7 when I'm knowing that I'm throwing a specific dice set and they're bouncing out left or right on either dice. I'll adjust to that as well. Without further ado, let's stop talking and let's start throwing the dice. Coming out. All right, so I'm going to move these because that is where my landing spot is. So I know where that is now. I'm just going to go ahead and remove the 2 chips on where I was aiming at. And that first roll was a 5, 4, 9. So now we have a point of 9. I'll just mark it up here. So what I'm going to do here, I know I can do 4 rolls. I'm going to come out and say I can do 4 rolls. Normally what I like to do is either go high on everything, and high in my mind is like, I guess what it would be is 125, 135 across, not including. So no odds right now. It's barely the first roll. I'm trying to warm up, see what's happening today. So hopefully it's a good day. I did my warm up, feel good about it. 3, 5, 3, 1. Blue, red. Dice out. Ooh, that was close to the back wall. So that was a 6, 3, 9. Buckshots. 6, 3, 9. So, I mean, no harm, no foul. I won $10. Yippee. But with that being said, back-to-back 9s, I'll go ahead and do odds on the next one. So I'll just put my winnings there. All right, pucks off. 3, 5, 3, 1. As you saw, it was a 6, 3. So this dice popped in. And again, that's exactly what I know is going to happen. Right dice on axis, the left one, not so much. Coming out. That was a good toss. 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 6 is a new point. I'm going to move my 6 to the 9 and then just do 25 and take that $5 plus my winnings. So that's 15, and then just make it 20 in odds on the back. Mark the 6. All right, here we go. 3, 5, 3, 1. So far, so good. Just consistency, mechanics, aiming. Not bad. Another good toss. Bounce, hit, stop. No runners. That was a hard 10. Hard 10. Mark the 10. And 25 gets you 50 for 1. 4 change. Stick that in my rack. So now one thing, again, I want to point out is going to be, how many rolls am I in already? Because I totally forgot about that. I'll mark those with the $1 chip. So I have 6. I hit a 9 twice. And then I hit the 10. So that's 4. That's 4 rolls. So here, I feel pretty good. I can leave it up for one more roll, roll the dice and take my chances and see what happens. Unfortunately, consistently with me, on the fifth roll, it's going to be a 7. I'll be positive, though. It's not going to be a 7, so I'll just go ahead and do this. I'll come down, take my money back, and then I'll go just minimum inside. $10 the minimum on this table, as is with my local casino. So now we got 10, 20, 30, 40, 52 across. 52 across. Not bad. All right, here we go. Hands are getting cold. I'll check the chat in a moment. Dice out. Point is 6. Ooh, that was too hard. I had a runner. Look, told you. Had a runner. That runner was the cause of me throwing it too far and close to the rubber, so the left one bounced left and ran, and that is a 5-2-7. So as I predicted, 4 rolls and out, which is fine. I mean, I took down my 130 across, and so that was a loss, including the pass and the odds. I lost $75, $82, $82. Take all this down, and that's how I roll. At this point, obviously the dice go around. If it comes back to me, the next time I'm going to do the 4 rolls because I got them. Obviously, that's what happened. So I'm going to roll with it, but this time I'm going to up the ante and go higher across, and we'll see how much of that is in just a moment. So it's 100, 250, 275. So I'm down $25. Not worried about it. That was just the first session. Let me check the chat. All right, moving along. Session number 2, down 25. So I'm down 25. I did the 4 rolls. I'm confident in that. That's exactly what I knew I was going to do. So I'm going to take advantage of that. So we're going to go with another $10 pass. And I might actually do a $2 C to cover that pass line bet and hedge it. And then I'm going to come out again with a new roll. I think about other dice sets at this point. Should I change it? I did the 4 rolls with the 3V, so I don't need to change it. I know I could do 3 with this dice set as long as I'm not hitting the back wall before I hit the table. So, coming out. Okay, good. 538. 538. Up on the 8 now. Point is 8. Take down my C. So now I'm going to go $60 6, $25 4, 55, 59, and then 25 on the 10. So that's gonna crush me if I screw this up. I'm not going to. I'm positive I can do it. But that's gonna be $210 across, not including. And I'm not putting an odds bet. So my strategy right now, I need to get. I'll probably even stop at 3. If I get 3 good hits, that'll put me up, and then we'll live to survive another day. So what I'll do here is I'm gonna see how it's going. I'm gonna play this by ear and then adjust what my strategy is. My strategy right now is to do 4 rolls. However, I may just go 3. Okay, a good hit. 639. They rolled a little bit, but that's because I threw them too hard. So now I have to adjust that velocity because I threw them too hard. They rolled back a little bit, but they rolled back on access. So at least the right one did. The left one didn't. This one popped out, if I'm not mistaken, or popped in. So that was a 9. Got 50 and a 9. That pays 60? 70, sorry. I'm not going to press. I'm not going to press it. Let me see what happens in the next roll. 3531. Point is 8. That was good. That was a lot less like a strength. So they died as soon as they hit the table. That was a 516. That's another good hit. That is another good hit. So needless to say, I'm up a little bit. So we'll check that. We'll pay ourselves here. 70. All right. So that's 2 hits. 2 good hits. My brother right now, if he's watching or if he sees this video, is wondering, how come you can't do this in the casino when we're there? It's probably what's going through his mind right now. It's possible. It can happen. I just got to grow some nuts to actually put that much money out there. Okay, so that's, let's see what we have. Let's pull it down. Let me just count it real quick. There's the 200. There's my initial investment right there. So 300 plus another 100. So I'm already up $110. Up $110. I'm up 110. So like I mentioned, I might just go 3. So I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to pull my money down and just go minimum inside again. Now here's where my strategy would be. Okay, so I'm good. I'm up 110. What's the next move? The next move is number 1 to go down to minimum, first and foremost. Change. Yeah, so now I'm 10, 20, 30, 40, 52 inside again. $10 in the pass line, so I'm $62 in. Let's see what the next roll is, and I'll make a decision on what's next. My goal is to hit another 100 and then walk away. Coming out, dice out. Ooh, there it is, 617. Look at that. 617. So that was 3 hits. So all this comes down. Not a problem though. We already went down into the regressed. $62. 7 out. So now we're looking for a new come out point. So again, at this point, I might just do the same thing. I'm not going to do a different strategy. So I'm going to come out again and get a new point. And those dice are doing exactly what I normally do. Coming out. Oof, ace deuce. Forgot about that $2 craps. Forgot about that $2 C. So I didn't even put $10 there, but there it is. Another 10. It always happens once. Always happens once when I'm caught with my pants down here and I forget that $2 C and that freaking ace deuce comes out. And it's always ace deuce. It's never aces or 12. It's very strange, but history doth repeat itself. Coming out. Just need a point. Just need a point. Okay, that's good. 6, 4, 10. 6, 4, 10. 10's a point. Oops, that flipped over. That flipped over. All right, so I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go up. Do 100, 200, 25, 35, 45, 245. It's a lot of loot. It's a lot of loot. Same set. All right. Dice out. Point is 10. Take down this $2 C. That was good. That was a good throw, but it was 11. Yo, 11. Yo. Come on, baby. Need 2 good hits here, and then actually probably just 1 hit will cover what I just lost, the 62. So 1 hit, $70. That recoups what I just lost. So this is going to be the 3rd roll. I literally have 2 more rolls to do this in. Statistically speaking, my statistics. Dice out. Oh, they hit each other. That was not a good roll. 325. 325. So that's a good hit. We've recouped the last loss of $62 because that pays 70. 50, 60, 70. Perfect. All right. So now the question is, do I come down and go minimum across again? Or should we write it with 1 more roll? So if statistics on the average here are going to be the last 2 sessions were 4 rolls and then a 3 roll, if I'm not mistaken. The average is 4. So I'm going to go 1 more roll. And I might get caught with my pants down here, but that's what gambling is. All right, dice out. Aces. Damn. Aces. In both places. So nothing there. Doesn't hurt us. Doesn't help us. So that's... this is where I have the dilemma of, like, do I just come down, go minimum, and then go into a strategy where I put $50 in the don't come and then just wait for that 7 to come. I have confidence in myself. I want 1 more hit. That'd be nice just to get 1 more $70 hit or $50 hit. And then we'll go to the dark side and then finish out the roll. Because that 7's coming regardless if we want it to or not. And in my case, may be coming soon. Dice out. 6, 2, 8. Awesome. So we rolled the dice. We bet that we were going to get 1 more roll out of me. And I won. So I'm happy with that. So now we're going to go and... what I'll do is regress. Because I'm a pretty decent shooter. When it happens, it's awesome. When it doesn't happen, it's not awesome. But I'm a big believer in sometimes after those first few sessions, like I kind of get going, I get my rhythm, and I start getting into a roll. It's happened before. I've seen it happen. It does happen most, if not all the time. So what I'm going to do is go into that minimum. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 2 across. I need change. 12 on the 6 and 8. Dollar change. And now I'm going to do $50 here. So one thing you got to be really careful when you're doing this don't come is you need to avoid that 7, 11. Aces are good, or ace deuce is good. You win automatically. So what I'm going to do is adjust my dice set to try to hit the ace deuce or aces. Now what I do to make sure I back up this don't come is going to be, well, it's $50 on the don't come. So if you put $3, change again, $3 is going to be $45 on a win if the yo comes out. You can, if you want to, on the 7 to cover your butt if that 7 comes out next. But we're just going to, take that chance. So all we want to do here is get aces or ace deuce to win, or, hit a 4 or 10, and then that don't come travels to the 4 or 10. I'll do no action if it goes on a 6 and 8. But the bad side of that is that you're risking, again, that yo 11 or that 7 coming out on the next roll if you keep that $50 on the don't come. You want it to travel. So I'm going to do a 2-1-2-1. Again, I don't normally practice this dice set, but if I do it right, you can get lucky. Oh, well, it was a 12. So push. It's a push and the don't come. We lose the $3. And we're going to have to do it again. $3 on the yo. I'll do the same set, 2-1-2-1. Dice out. We're short. That was a short roll. Luckily, we got a 6, though. So it didn't hurt us in regards to the don't come. If we say no action, then it stays here. So I get paid on the 6 regardless, so I'm going to go ahead and press up at this point, the 6 and 8, by 1 unit. So now we're at $18, 6 and 8. And I'm going to go back $3 because that don't come $50 does not want to move. This point, again, have to adjust. Hey, is this going to keep happening? How much longer do I want this $50 here? Because if I lose it, then I'm not in a good position. Then I have to readjust at that point to try to go back up the 275 or whatever that I was up across here to try and recoup that loss. And that's where I have to tell you guys that your strategy has to have a little bend to it. Like, I understand all the people out there with strategies that are hell bent on going there and just staying on that one strategy, but you gotta see what the dice are doing. Dice are not going to be the same every single time you go to the casino. And that's why they say every strategy, it's not even a guarantee. So, gotta learn to adjust. All the not. All right, got $3 back up on the yo. $50 don't come. Point is 10. Dice out. Oof, random roll. Aces. Well, there you go. Random roll. I threw too hard again, and I got aces. So that $50 a winner. Won $50. Bam. Lost the $3. And this is again where I'm reevaluating. Where am I at? It's $400. $500. So I'm up 200, 25, 35, 36, 236. I already won my $200. I said I wanted to win, so why should I continue? Obviously, if you play it out, obviously you're going to probably 7 out. But at that point, what I'll probably do is take everything down and just have a pass line. So if anything, I'm just going to be up 25, 26, to 226. Now I can go have lunch, have a beer, go home happy, go home a winner. Just for the sake of the ATS, I hit everything except the 3, 4, 6, and 9 on this session. So not bad. I want to say thanks for everybody for stopping by. Appreciate it. Any comments, please leave them. And of course, subscribe and like the video. See you guys later.